Hi, people of YouTube. First of all, why should you listen to me? I'm just a 16-year-old amateur yapper. Why the fuck would you listen to me? Well, it turns out to be that for around almost 2 years, I partook in these activities of faceless YT creation. Shorts, and even not shorts. I even tried long form content. And I want to share my thoughts on that as the guy who is out of that and wasn't that. And just to enlighten people who want to learn more about this, who are maybe interested in starting this, or ones who are currently doing it. So let's go straight into it, bro. To all the faceless YT creators there, mostly the ones that create all them faceless kids YT channels. They make a big buck posting some weird,
Bombardino, crocodilo.
bombardino type stuff. Listen, and this is no offense to anybody who's doing this. I fully get why, but why? Dude, most of these guys, they start then doing some sort of personal brand content, hey, look at me, this is how I generated this much on my faceless YT channel. Look, you can do the same, just buy my course. Everybody here in the world is lazy, this and that. You gotta work hard to achieve your stuff, your dreams, blah 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 blah. But then I'm like, brother, you fucking post crocodilo bombardino, fucking John Pork Tim Cheese, and you are the one complaining that our society's failing. Isn't that just a little bit contradictory? Isn't your content that you're posting a little bit kind of why our society is, let's not fear that word, degrading? Kids are degrading. Listen, Easter holidays are right now. Easter was just a few days ago. Happy Easter, by the way. And, as always, I went to my grams, to my grandpa, to my grams. Amazing people. Love them to death. And, while I was on the bus, I was just listening to some music, brainstorming some ideas, what I might do at my grams, Then I look back a little bit, and there's this preteen dude or something. And the dude was like this on 2 chairs, scrolling the phone like a zombie. And I was like, nah, bro, whatever it takes in my life, I'm doing everything to get rid of that. That is not normal. If there wasn't content like that, kids wouldn't be like zombies scrolling and consuming that easily digestible content that, fries your dopamine receptors. People create it, and the same people are the ones that sell the courses and tell everybody, oh, look at society, how bullshit it is. Bro, I just don't get that. Why don't you want to, help the kids? Why not make informative content? I'm pretty sure educational content doesn't pay a small buck. Yes, it's gonna be way harder than, the freaking Adam Crow Tim Cheese type stuff to post at age of 5.5. Memes and shit. But it's gonna be way more beneficial. And then you're not going to have to go out running your mouth about how bad society is. Because you can just fix it. Boom. Post some good content on your channel, for real. It's for a better cause. Now, you might argue, hey, but if I make a load of money from this, I made 6 figures from this, I can get it all into charity. But, okay, yes, that's very good. Nice. Good for you. Good for all of them who gets that money. But, you're still degrading a lot of kids. That doesn't mask that away. Yes, good. You're giving money to people who need that, maybe meals, maybe whatever. That's cool. But the work that you're doing to get that money is still filthy. That's like a mafia boss that kills people for a living, gives some money to charity or to church, whatever. It doesn't really weigh out. Sin is still sin, bro. I'm not saying that content like that is sin, but, I ain't God to judge, but I don't feel like God would be very proud of content like that, seeing that kids are being brainwashed in a brain rot way. Why need all this crocodilo bombardino? Sorry, that word really stuck with me. But why need all of this for kids, bro? We can just make more educational content. Let's not degrade people and then try to make up for it. Let's try to create great content that helps people, helps ourselves. And then with that money, with that money that you could earn from that informative help type content, you could also give that money to charity. And it ain't gonna be a small buck if you do it right. You get some money, charity gets some money, and people are being helped. So that's free wins. Why get less wins? I know none of you want to be losers. So come on, let's get free wins. Free wins, bro. I know this video might come off as, I'm attacking you or I'm judging you. But let's not forget, I try to do the same thing. Some of you might argue that what I'm doing right now is also the same thing. I'm going to just tell you fair and square. Yes, I'm making this video so that I can in the future, monetize and maybe earn money from that. That's very cool. That's a very cool feature of YouTube. I ain't denying that. I ain't going to be some liar. But also what my mission is here. I want to reach as many people as I can. These videos, they just might help somebody. I see comments sometimes, I'd be just sitting there thinking, man, what are these videos even doing? Maybe I shouldn't be doing them. But then I see a good comment, saying, hey, bro, I really needed this. Thank you. And maybe actually it helps people. So why not do it? Let's make money and let's help people. We can do that. That's a thing. And so that's why I'm actually working right now on a thing, that's going to be called MDZ, the Mental Development Zone. Yes, I'm going to try to build a product that will help people break free from brain rot. Now, I know that's guru type shit, and I'm only 16. And I don't want to be sounding anything like that. So, I want you to help me, all right? How are you going to help me? Well, you're just going to help me by commenting down below what you think about this problem, about the whole zombie scrolling, doom scrolling situation, how we can mitigate it, how we can make it better, and fix society a little bit. Because I'm 16. I ain't seen life that much, but I know some of you who are watching this have seen life more and have more experience and maybe have had this addiction or have this now and can add your own thoughts to it so that, with your help and with obviously AI and everything else and more people in the future, I could maybe create something that will help people. And you, the people who create this faceless content, you should really think about whether or not you want to be doing this faceless YT that is brain rot, because truthfully, you're degrading society a little bit. And that's not to offend you, judge you. That's just the truth. You see kids, they can't focus. All they got in their head is some sort of weird brain rot they watched on YouTube, and they can't focus on anything, not even at school, anywhere. They can't be outside. Dude, my mom works in a school, and she said, by the way, a primary school, and she says primary school kids, the time when you're supposed to have the most imagination, they don't know what to do outside. And I remember that wasn't even so long ago that I was in primary school, like 10 years ago. I always knew what to do outside, because there wasn't this thing called TikTok that I could just scroll, or YT shorts, or even big brain rot content out on YouTube. Whatever I saw, some sort of Minecraft content, I just said, F it, let's imitate it outside. Let's do something similar to this. That's all I gotta say for today. All praise be to God. Quitters never win, winners never quit. Meet you in another video, and bye.